You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me.
Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, your check is I'm chess. What's happening next, yeah.
He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine. From pain, it's a blessing, new focus, no guessing. Just bold and obsession, all in his possession. You got their attention, I'll leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression,
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me.
So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them.
Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions in the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off, I'ma break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft, you can change lives, you create thoughts. Never waste time, you got one shot, you got one life. Better pop off, what do you like? Make a dream job, no 9-5, no mean boss. Just my life and free thoughts.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me.
I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me. And what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the fucking hours it takes to get some power. Don't be sour, take a cold shower, scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder. And all the doubters, they're just downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm pissed off at these clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all wanna ring, yeah, we all wanna be free. So show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring, how you take a fucking swing. Do you got heart, are you mean? Got some scars, got some needs, are you willing to go bleed? I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm pissed off at these clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm pissed off at these clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.
Hey guys, what's going on? What's happening? It is Friday. I want to apologize in advance. I didn't release a video this morning, so sorry. And I'm late on the live stream. I didn't even know if I was going to go live, but I didn't release the video. So I'm like, I have to go live because we're just going broke everywhere with these crypto prices, aren't we? And yeah, I just have to put in that. Little one's been sick. She was up all night and pretty tired, but you know, that's that. Anyway, let's get into a roll call here. Actually, I want to talk about something first. Someone asked, where is it? What is the deal with Flux and Haven? Now, I'm not actually sure. Now, I know I did a quick Google search, and it looks like right here. Can you guys see that? No, you can't. Haven plus Flux is a fine fragrance brand created with luxury ingredients and minimal details. 100% soy candles, hand poured in the biggest little city. So we got some flavored candles in the form of Haven and Flux. I'm just kidding. That was a joke. I thought that'd be funny. I'm just going to get rid of that. But on the roadmap of Haven here, XHV, they do look like they are moving some of its project infrastructure over to Flux nodes. So I don't know if it's the POW side. Obviously, the nodes is the proof of stake side. So they're stating infrastructure over to the Flux node. So I don't know if this... I don't really know what's going on yet. First thing I heard about this, but I just did a quick Google search and the countdown, seeing how you guys are talking about it, because I had no idea this was even a thing, but it looks like there's potentially a thing. So that's good. Anyway, we rolled through that. Let's do through a quick roll call, and then we can revisit that topic later on if some of you guys have some more input on that. So up top, I have myself, RabidMining. We may start early, just getting ready. We got Joe Hattis, we got Tutton 384, BDR 342, Gregory, Techman. Hold on, I gotta get my stuff ready here. Fundamental, we got Fudweiser. We got Techman, I was gonna say TY, I was gonna say thank you again, but it's not. It's Techman Ty TY. Anyway, Sling Buzz, Bones the Miner, my best friend, what's going on? Rud Putz, Mike Baldwin, what's going on, Mike Baldwin? You said something about you've been shopping again. Are you referring to Roblox? What's going on here? What are you shopping for? Are you finding something else? But there is some shopping stuff I do actually want to talk about after we get through this roll call and stuff. Scrolling through, Ogre, MGTOW, Sling Buzz, Nihat Newer, I butchered that. Dizzy Ikea, Tenacious D, Paul Doherty, Fundamental again, my best friend, Red Putz. You know what? You guys are members. I'll say your name 1,000 times. It's okay. It's okay to do that. And we got Fudweiser again, which I didn't do the echo. Mike Baldwin, what's going on? Jesse Duran, Techman, Red Putz, Mike Baldwin. And it just jumped on me. Oh, DJ Mines. What's going on, DJ? What's happening? What is that? Bernandez Zickas? Is that how you say that? Flux versus Ergo. That's a tough one. You know, ultimately Flux seems to have the best potential out of all of them to have, you know, a big future, let's just say, when it comes to power consumption. And currently right now, I would probably roll my rigs to Ergo personally because it uses less power. Ergo uses less power than even Ethereum mining. Again, depends on your GPUs. So depending what your power price and everything is, you may be better off mining Ergo other than Flux. But Flux has the biggest potential. Now, will it hit that potential? We have no idea. It's a gamble at this point, but it's going in with the most momentum into the future. But I just want to point some things out. Now, why do I have 550 3080s in there? I was calculating stuff earlier. I apologize for that. Let me just adjust my screen so we can see something. There we go. That's a little better. Okay, I just want to look at like Ergo. We can take, for example, let's do a 3090. Look at 3090 is not that good on Ergo. Can you guys confirm this? I have a 3090, but I haven't really tested it. I did actually a long time. I don't remember my numbers, but according to what to mine, 238 mega hash for 240 watts. That doesn't seem right. That's bad. That's very bad. Now, some of you guys are like, wow, that's really good. No, it's not really good. Why is that not really good? Well, when it comes to Ergo, you want a GPU that has more mega hash than the power being used. Now, what to mine is like a quick go to. Obviously, you can tweak these. Usually, any coin that we put on what to mine, we can get slight bit more mega hash than it's telling us, and we can kind of drop the power a little bit. So I'm saying there's a lot more tweaking we can do here. But let's just take something else, for example, like a 3070, which is like a non-LHR 3070 is one of the best GPUs you could buy today and probably for the future. But let's just find it. Where is it? I'm still not. Oh, it's the one sitting here with all the 8s. I always use that for my CPU mining comparisons. All right, there we go. So let's take a look here now. Look at Ergo now. 160 mega hash for 130 watts. We are getting more mega hash for power used. So ultimately, that's nice and efficient here. We're only using 130 watts. We're using the same amount of power as mining Ethereum. We're getting 160 mega hash. Now, the mega hash doesn't matter. It's just the way the algorithm works. If you're unfamiliar with that, let's take a look at Furo. As you know, Furo Pow did a fork to Furo Pow. It used to be, I can't remember what the algorithm they were on, but for an example, like 3090s went from 8 mega hash up to like 90 or 80 or, some super high number, or maybe it went to the gigahash. I don't know, but I'd never really mind it. But that's just an example. And, some people are like, whoa, I'm getting a lot more hash rate. So now, I'm going to be getting a lot more Furo. No, you're not. That's not how it works. That is just the way the algorithm works. So everybody got the same hash rate increase. The difficulty is going to remain the same. Everything's going to be the same. You're going to be getting the same amount of coins. It just depends how the algorithm works. So you can't compare ETH hash rate to Ergo hash rate to Ravencoin hash rate. That's why I do have that fancy hash rate calculator that we do show you in terms of looking at the future and profitability, because we can calculate the exact hash rate coming off Ethereum and stuff based on that hash rate calculator. So we've looked at other numbers on that. Anyway, moving back, like where we're looking at the Flux versus Ergo thing. Ergo is very profitable and it's very efficient on a lot of these NVIDIA GPUs. But something that a lot of people aren't realizing is AMD GPUs they do not perform on Ergo. And that's, you want GPUs for the future that can perform, the best on the majority of these coins. And AMD just can't do it. Let's take a 5700 XT for an example. Let's punch that in. We're pulling 55 mega hash, 130 watts. Awesome. But look at Ergo. 100 mega hash for 130 watts. Let's take the 6600 XTs. Where are they? They're extremely efficient on Ethereum, but when you start looking at other coins, they're not too great anymore. So where are they? I hate when they change everything. I haven't got used to this. So let's take a look at this. 62 mega hash for 80 watts. Here we are again. More power than the hash rate you're getting. You move over to ETH hash, 32.5 mega hash for 80 watts. That's extremely efficient. That's awesome. But then we look at Ergo, not too great. Kapow, 15 for 110. That's not too bad. What's an A2000 on that? 15 for 80. Okay, so the A2000 is actually blowing that thing out of the water. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, my go-to GPUs for the future are really the A2000 and the 3070 non-LHR. I wouldn't recommend anybody buying any other GPU at this point in time. And that brings me to the next thing where I want to talk about, some trades I plan on doing. So I've been talking to some people on Kijiji. I've been going around it, and I may have missed the boat. Now, what do I mean by missed the boat? I've been kind of saying this to you before. If you're a miner and you plan on selling your GPUs, once Ethereum comes, we know all these other coins are going to tank in profitability because that difficulty is going to be extreme. It is going to just explode. The other coins just cannot support the hash rate that's coming in. Now, it has nothing to do with the network not being able to support that hash rate. It just has to do with the difficulty will get so high that these coins will not be profitable on a GPU anymore. And you're going to be competing with mining farms and people with solar power. So the average residential miner are probably going to either have to sell or turn off their rig. It's just common sense. It's facts. It's what's going to happen. So you got to prepare for it. And one of the ways to prepare for that is running as efficient as possible. So I do have a 3090 and I've been talking about it for a while, and I may be missing the boat here because I plan on selling that 3090 and swapping that to 3 or 4 A2000s. So I'll be getting more hash rate for like 3/4 of the power. A hash to watt ratio, big increase there, making everything more efficient. But I've been looking at good old Kijiji lately, and it looks like they're going, 3090s are now going for less than MSRP. Look at this, a 3090 Founders Edition. The Founders Edition is the cheapest card you can buy. And they're non-LHR depending on what you get. The 3060 Ti's, 3070s, 3080s, and obviously all the 3090s. Those are all non-LHR if you get them in the Founders Edition model. But 2100, this thing is like 22 something, buying it straight out of Best Buy MSRP. So this is already under MSRP. The Zotac 3090, 2000. This is an AIB going for cheaper than the Founders Edition. So me actually, like, I thought, you know, I could probably sell this for $2,200, $2,300, about MSRP, maybe slightly higher. But based on the current used market, prices are coming below MSRP. So this is where I'm talking about. I may have missed the boat here. Things are dropping, and right now prices are looking good. But once Ethereum is gone, these prices are going to look extremely high. I bet you a 3090, once Ethereum is gone, will probably be going for like 50% less. We're going to see a 50% drop on all these GPUs. Now, there's still some coming in at stupid prices, and here's $2,500 for a Founders Edition. Obviously, someone's going to buy this up here instead of that one. But the point is, people have them listed. But I still might try. I'm going to post my ad up. Maybe this guy's getting messaged and he's just not answering. That could be a thing too. We don't know what's going in the background here. But I really do plan on selling my RTX 3090 as well as my 3060 Ti LHR, the one that is totally horrible and will not break 42, 43 mega hash no matter what you do. I might try to sell that one as well. And on top of that, let's just take a look at some quick numbers. So we got a 3090 and a 3060 LHR. So where's the 3090? Right here. I'm going to click. Did you guys even see that? Because I didn't hit my screen. Oh, yeah, you guys can see that. Awesome. So we're going to look at the 3090 and a 3060 Ti LHR. So that's about 460 watts plus minus for about 160 mega hash. So if I am able, now in a perfect world, I plan on selling the 3090 for enough, depending where you get them. Now I'm looking at a decent deal for about 620 to about 650 per A2000 Canadian dollars. So I'm looking to swap a 3090 for 4 A2000s. And this 3060 for a single A2000. So that would give me 5 A2000s for the, you know, to swap these two out. So what would that give me? I'm going to go into my calculator here. We're going to go 41 mega hash. We're going to times that by 5. So we're getting 205 mega hash now, when with these two GPUs, that's 160. So I'm gaining hash rate. I'm going from 160 upwards to 205 watts. All right, awesome. So we're up to 205 watts. But now look at this. 80 times 5, 400 watts max. So we're gaining hash rate and we're also dropping that power. So I'm getting an extra 40 to 50 mega hash and I'm losing like 60 watts at the wall. This is where efficiency, and this is the way you will have to move if you want to try to remain as profitable as, you know, as profitable as possible into the future once Ethereum is gone. Another thing to point out is even if Ethereum was to stay for 2 years, I would still do this trade because it makes more sense. Now you're getting more mega hash and you're still saving out. So even if Ethereum was staying for a while, we have no idea when it's going to come. But I always try to say, you know what? I prefer efficiency over density, but that's just me. Everyone, you know, you may be limited on space or something. So obviously you need more density than you need for when it comes to like efficiency. Another thing to point out, I kind of bring the same thing in the boat. Take a 30 amp 240 volt breaker. That gives you about 5,700 watts to play with at the 80% rule. That's about 7,200 watts when you can max that out. But because you're running this 24/7, 7 days a week, you don't have time to cool your lines or anything down. So you do have to run at 80%. That's kind of where the 80% rule comes in. Now, obviously, if you're running a kettle on a 120 volt, 15 amp breaker, you're using like 1,500 watts. I plugged mine in and I seen I'm overloading a 12010 with this, when you have like 2 coffee pots or something plugged in, or a cooler and, you know, something else running at the same time. But that's okay because it's only running for like 15 to 30 seconds and then it's shutting off and it gives time for your lines to cool down. So this is where the 80% rule comes in to some of you new guys out there that don't really understand how that works. That allows you to run 24/7. You don't need to give your lines time to cool off because you're always running it. So 80% rule there. So there we go. We got 5,700 watts to play with on a 30 amp 240 volt breaker. If you were to load that up with RTX 2080s, you get about 2 gigahash, 2.1 gigahash or so worth of hash rate for 5,700 watts. It's probably like 5640 or something like that, but as close to 5,700 as you can. So it's about 2.1 gigahash on Ethereum. If you were to take the same amount of power and load that up with A2000s, you would get 3 gigahash for the same amount of power. 1,000 extra mega hash for free over running RTX 3080s. This is where efficiency comes in. You might only have 1 or 2 cards. You may only be buying what was in stock because of the shortage. But now is the time. If you really want to get through after Ethereum and through the bear runs, you got to move to efficiency. And this is what I try to promote as much as I possibly can. Another point is I don't really recommend purchasing GPUs at this time, but if you can do like almost a straight over swap by selling a 3080, getting 4 A2000s and the 3060 straight across, selling it and getting an A2000, that's a smart way to go. I did that in the past with my Polaris cards, my RX 570s, 580s and stuff. I swapped them right across to non-LHR 3060 Ti's when they first came out because I ended up with the same hash rate, but I dropped the power down, running more efficient. The biggest expense you have as a miner is your power cost. If you can drop that to as much as possible, you're winning. So I just wanted to kind of throw that whole aspect out there and go with it. So this is a little Rabid rant. Let me know what you guys are talking about. You guys may all be calling BS on me or something, but that's just the way I look at things. What do we got? RabidMining. Why is our plant pool called BTM Bellcoin now? I have no idea. I have not been on our plat for a little bit. I've been using Zerg pool, which brings me to another point. Bitoreum. It currently, as of this morning or last night sometime, it is now listed as BTRM. So I don't know what the RM stands for, but maybe it's RabidMining. That's all I can see. It's RabidMining. So this is now my coin, guys. I own it. That's not legit. I'm lying. I have nothing to do with it. But the ticker did change to BTRM. And if you're running on Zerg Pool, you are going to have to change. Oh, I just shut it off. Darn it. I had this lined up because I wanted to show you guys. I caught it within the first 45 seconds that Zerg Pool changed it about. It was about a half an hour ago. I looked, I'm like, oh, I'm getting invalid work and stuff. And I quickly checked Zergpool's Discord. And yes, they finally just changed it over. So if you are using Zergpool, you are going to have to swap your password over from BTM to BTRM, or you are getting invalid work and shares right now. And speaking of that, I'll just bring up Zergpool.com right now. We're going to hit the refresh button. I'm going to scroll down to this. And I'm back. So I hit 3 solo blocks now in the past, I don't know, it's been about 13, 14 hours. I'm scrolling down though, because I did try a pool and you can see all the blocks that the pool hit. Now I did not add any of these up. I did a different route, which was probably not a good idea. I'm going to have to add these up and it's going to take a while to do to see how much I actually made in 24 hours mining to a pool versus solo mining. And I am getting this all converted into Bitcoin. As you know, I've been hodling RTM, I've been hodling Bitoreum and all this stuff, but I think it's time to start getting paid for the CPU. So that's what I'm doing. I am mining and this is getting converted over to Bitcoin, and I'm getting paid out in Bitcoin. So this is going to go into my wallets, and then I can actually use that Bitcoin to buy stuff, because everyone likes to buy stuff, right? We're going to be buying stuff with our CPU mining profits. I went from the hodling, so I'm going to hold that, everything I have until the next bull run, which I'm guessing is around the 2025 mark. And then we'll see what happens with these other coins here. And if they spike, obviously, you know what happens in a spike. We got to sell it. We got to dump our coins. And hodling forever is not going to get you anywhere unless, you know, you turn 100 years old and you're like, okay, I'm still waiting for the next run to come in. Come on, guys. It's okay to take profits. Hodling, you're not making anything if you're hodling. So I'm hodling to the next bull run. I'm probably going to dump stuff. And then I'm probably going to be walking around in Lambos or something, you know, rolling around, drive over to Fudweiser's house and say, check this out. My CPUs just bought me this Lambo. That could be a thing. Oh, thread rippers. Yes, Techman's 100%. There'll be thread rippers rolling. Who knows? At that point, you know, if Raptorium hits $1, there's going to be epics rolling. Epics. We'll just skip the thread ripper level altogether and go straight to the epic. We're going to get the... I wonder if you can write that off. You think that's a thing? The RabidMining YouTube channel company vehicle is a Lambo? Do you think that would be a tax write-off? Oh my gosh, that'd be hilarious, wouldn't it? Imagine that. Writing a video, like, have the RabidMining symbol in the back window and YouTube symbol in the corner of it and be like, this is the company vehicle. It's legit. Oh my gosh, that'd be insane. But yeah, we all have high hopes. The moon, you know, the sky's the limit. So we're hodling out. We're solo mining. We're getting paid in Bitcoin. That's what I'm doing with my CPU currently. What else? And you can see I do actually right here. I'll just try to zoom in for you guys. Maybe I'll zoom in some more. That's way too much. It won't let me adjust it. But yeah, you can see my password now. So MC, this is the coin you're mining. You can see I'm using BTRM. So if you're on Zergpool, be sure to swap over your passwords. That's the only one you got to change. If you're solo mining and getting paid in Bitcoin, or if you're just getting paid in Bitcoin and not solo mining, you only got to change the MC, which is the coin you're mining, to just add the R in there, because it used to be BTM. Now just throw that R in the middle there. And Techman mentioned earlier, he asked if I checked out, what was that coin again? I don't even remember what it's called. What'd you ask me earlier? What was the coin if I checked it out again? I can't remember, but I remember I looked at it a while ago and I said it looked kind of sketchy. Is that the same one? And you said the same thing. It looked kind of sketchy, but at the same time, you keep asking about it. So are you trying it? Is it legit? Like, is it working? Tips, Fedora coin. Yeah, that's the one. Oh, wait, maybe I first looked at it because let's look at Fedora coin here on mining pool stats. Is that the one that has script algo and everything? I can't remember. I'm trying to think if that's the one that looks sketchy or if that was the one I was going to try to get the AppMiner L3 Plus on or not. Fedora coin. No, that's not the one. Okay, so what do we got going on here? I don't know anything about this coin whatsoever, but I think I did look into this and it looked weird. Something to do with the wallet. You had to install weird stuff or something. I don't know. There was some coin out there that was doing funky stuff that I didn't really want to click any buttons on. Oh, this is script. Oh, this is a script coin. Interesting. Very interesting. Which brings me to something else. My AppMiner L3 Plus is turned off again. Guys, I shut it off again. That poor thing is just taking a beating. But it's all in good fun. I did it for a reason. Because I actually got something that's more efficient. And I didn't do the video on it. I've only had it for about 2 days. But let's check this out. Because, you know, previously I looked at, let's just look at ASIC miner value. Let's take a look at something here. ASIC miner value opening up. Let's look at the mini Doge. All right. So, previously, I did a video. A lot of people didn't like it because I based it off of stats. You know, that's all right. If you spent a whole bunch of money on the mini Doge and I said it was a bad idea and you're mad, you know, stats is stats. You can't really argue with them. But previously, so I did do a video because I had the AppMiner L3 Plus and I did not have a mini Doge. I had to do it based on specs. So I went with 185 mega hash for 233 watts. And in my mind, you'd have to buy 3 of these to equal a single L3 Plus, and the efficiency difference was very close. It was within like 0.002 or 3 of a hash to watt ratio. So the mini Doge miner isn't a good buy, and I'm still saying it's not a good buy, but I did get this guy in 2 days ago, the mini Doge Pro, and this is an improvement, and this is better than the L3 Plus. Sure, it's not hashing as much, but look at this. Let's just look at the difference between the mini Doge and the Pro. 185 mega hash versus 205. Now the mini Doge comes in at 230 watts, 233, where the Doge Pro is at 220. We got a hash rate increase and a power decrease. Awesome. And then I did the hash to watt ratio numbers, and this is like 0.45 hash to watt ratio higher than the L3 Plus. So this is worth using, and it is profitable. And if you live in Canada, it's even more profitable. And this is what's saying. Yeah, it's 31 cents right now. We're in a bear market. Prices have tanked, but this thing is still decently profitable. And with Dogecoin, we got Ice Cube moving on Dogecoin and stuff now. You know what? Maybe mine Litecoin, swap to Dogecoin. I never used to say I'd be a Dogecoin holder, but I'm thinking Dogecoin might actually do something in the next bull run. So I'm kind of bullish on that for some reason. I never thought I'd hear myself say that. But this thing legitly is a better buy. Gold Shell really did improvements when they came out with this thing right here. So hash, you know, it's still profitable. You got more hash rate. The hash to watt ratio destroys the mini Doge here, and it's higher than the L3 Plus. So this thing's awesome, and it's quiet. You can't hear it. A perfect little home miner. So I have not done the video on this thing yet, but it will be coming. I'll probably record that today. Maybe we'll see what happens. But yeah, I have this thing. It's awesome. So I just want to point that out. Link is in the description also. But yeah, that thing's awesome. How many BTC are you getting from Bitoreum? I don't know. Where am I at right now? Zerg pool. I'm sitting at I'm at 0.00. I don't know. Where am I? Let's just go to this. Copy. I'm currently sitting at, let's just go to Bitcoin price. How much BTC am I at so far on this thing? No, I don't want CoinDesk. I want CoinGecko. Bitcoin price. CoinGecko. You guys can't see it. Actually, you guys should be able to see when I click on it. There we go. So I don't know what I'm at. BTC. I'm at $17.22 worth of Bitcoin hanging out on Zergpool. Oh, and the other day I did mention that Zergpool may be ripping you off due to exchanges. And, you know, if you just exchange it yourself, you may be better off. But then I did a little more digging, and I totally left out a factor that decides it all. And Zergpool is a better way to go. So I got to confirm, yes, you're losing about $1 something per day, which over, you know, a year works out to be 360 some, which over 2 years, next bull run works out. You know where I went with that. But now let's just take a look at XBitron here. And do I have to log in? Oh, man. I have to log in to do it? No way. XBitron. Okay, let's try this again. Where's their fees? This is a very valid point that people should realize. And this is where exchanges, you know, this is where exchanges get you. And this is why I always transfer around using Litecoin, because it's cheap everywhere. And everything else is expensive. But look at this. Bitcoin minimum or withdrawal fee. Look at this fee right here. 0.0004. So you got to send at least 0.005 because they charge you 0.004 Bitcoin just to move it away. So if you want to put this in your wallet, you want to put it somewhere to get your fiat out, you're going to pay at least 0.004 Bitcoin, you know, to pull out of the exchange. So look at this. That is $14.36 USD. You know, for Canada, that's like $18. They're taking $18 for you to pull it out. So obviously, swapping the Bitcoin and pulling it out in Bitcoin, it's going to cost you, unless you stack up a lot for the entire year to make $14 worth it. I wouldn't do it. Or you could obviously swap it to Litecoin, swap it over to Litecoin, and then move it through Litecoin. You could definitely go that route as well, but that's more exchanges and more fees, and some people are really picky about taxes and stuff. So if you want to copy every transaction, do what you do. Zergpool, obviously, it's a lot cheaper to do it, and you're getting the Bitcoin to your wallet. Myself, I use crypto.com. It's so easy to swap to my Visa and buy stuff, buy all my mining stuff, buy off Amazon, buy anywhere that accepts a Visa card. 2 seconds, done. You can do it. So I'm using Zergpool, swapping to BTC. It's a better deal than doing it yourself. Unless you pull out in like Litecoin or something. Let's just look at that fee actually. Where is the Litecoin fee here? Where is their fees? Did I just get rid of it? There we go. So let's take Litecoin, for example. So they charge 0.001 Litecoin. So let's just find the Litecoin price right quick. Litecoin price. We'll go to CoinGecko here. Where is it? There it is. And, you know, their Litecoin withdrawal fee is only 9 cents, 9.5 cents. So obviously you can swap it. It's an extra swap you got to go through. Again, so the lazy way, you could make more doing it this way, but yeah, you know, every argument has its point. So Litecoin is what I always use to swap to anything because it's so cheap. Exchanges, they don't charge you anything for it. Bitcoin, Ethereum, they just want their hand in it. Stable coins, like most of these exchanges, they charge you 25, 50 USDT to transfer, to pull out of there. So that's one of the most expensive ways to move coins is in a stable coin. It's crazy. Insane. So you got to really look at the background of all these fees here before doing this stuff because you may be getting ripped off. I know Binance, people were complaining about Binance a lot for this very reason. They have very cheap trading fees. I haven't used them ever, but they have very cheap trading fees. And everyone's like, I love Binance. So cheap to trade, so cheap to swap. And then how come I lost half my crypto when I moved away? That's where they get you. Pulling your crypto out of an exchange, they get you. Do your research. Look at the withdrawal fees. Most likely, they're probably cheap on Litecoin as well. Everywhere I look so far, Litecoin is one of the cheapest ways to move your crypto out of anything. So I believe Litecoin is a very valuable network just for moving crypto everywhere. So yeah, there's my 2 cents on that situation. Yes, LTC is the way for moving value. Yes, MK Ultra, you got that? Wow, nothing like locking up midstream. You locked up? Did I lock up? My stream broken? Let me just do an adjustment here. Oh no, it looks like it's moving. Okay, cool. It's not me. I hope. USDT, 1 USDT fee depends on which blockchain you use. Okay, yeah, that makes sense as well. What is the difference of PPLNS, solo, and party? Okay, so PPLNS, I'm guessing you're referring to Zergpool. Is theirs PPLNS? I thought it was pay per share, PPS. Let's just have a look right quick before we answer that. I'm assuming I haven't heard of party mining on other pools other than Zergpool, but maybe you're talking about another one. But let's just have a quick look at mining pool stats just so I can confirm that it's PPS. Techman, you'd know. You're always on that pool. Is it? I'm pretty sure Zergpool's PPS, isn't it? Let's just go Bitoreum. Zergpool prop. Okay, it's prop. So pretty much the same. Prop is the same as PPS pretty much. So let's just get down to this. So PPS prop is in between each block found, it counts the shares that you have. Now this is good if you have large mining farms. This is also encourages I guess large farms to steal all your profits. So what I mean by that is, say you're on a smaller pool and you can see like a luck percentage there. And then say a big farm comes in and they send a mass amount of shares in the last hour or so that pretty much doubled your shares over the past 2 hours. They will take that. Now that's a small pool going to like something like Ethereum, for example. They can take, because they sent so many shares in the amount of short amount of time and then the block is found, they pretty much steal all your rewards and they just bounce on to the next pool. So that's kind of how prop works. Now with Bitoreum and stuff, we're finding blocks every 2 to 20 minutes. So obviously it's a little harder to do that, but it counts the shares between each block found and then distributes the rewards based on the shares that you send. Now PPLNS, which isn't on there, but most Ethereum pools do, is they kind of have, they encourage you mining to the pool. So when you first join a pool, your profitability isn't going to be that high, but it's pool hoppers won't be able to jump in there and steal your shares because over like, depending on the log, if it's set for an hour, 6 hours, 5 hours, it all depends. They're all different. You can potentially, I think FlexPool, I think they shortened it recently, but it used to be like a 4 to 6 hours or something, or maybe even 10 hours. I don't remember, but they count your shares coming in for that amount of time. And then once you hit the full log filled up of PPLNS of the shares that they need, then you get your full amounts that you're supposed to receive. And at that point, mining pool, like farms and stuff, they can't jump in and steal reward. You will stay at a nice constant amount. It's to encourage mining to that pool and, you know, keeps everybody happy and average. Now, at the same time, you can reverse that. Example, FlexPool, even on their own, promoted this type of situation. I know I'm kind of going off topic here, but it kind of falls into the PPLNS log is, say, you know, you're getting those super high block times on rewards, you can double your profits essentially if you want to do a little extra work. So you have that PPLNS log built up on like FlexPool, say. So now, say the gas fees jump up and, you know, or I guess the mining tip fees, it's not gas fees anymore because that's all burnt. But say they're, you know, 20 blocks, 60th blocks, 100th blocks are dropping, you can quickly move to a PPS pool or some other pool and start collecting rewards on that, and your PPLNS log will slowly wind down. So technically, you are mining on 2 pools and you are pretty much doubling profits in a way, and essentially. And now if you're on a PPS and you're sending enough shares, it'll work. Now if you go to a PPLNS like EtherMine and everything else again, then you're going to have to build that log back up. But you can pretty much mine on 2 pools at the same time by letting that log wind down. And they promoted that. That's a thing you can do. I don't know if you guys ever tried that before, but it's legit. It works. You still gain rewards based on your PPLNS log winding down after you have it built up. So that's a cool thing. Cool feature that you guys can kind of trick around with mining to other pools like that on those big gas days and really, you know, hit a nice bank. But now moving back into the rest of the question that you asked. So now what is party mode? So party is pretty much you set your password and Zerg pool and everything. And you say myself, Techman, Fudweiser, Dave Collins, my best friend, Raheem there, say we all wanted to mine together. Well, we would mine as a party together, and we're solo mining, but we're solo mining with all of our rigs. So just our little group there, if they find the block, then it's distributed to us based on our shares and stuff. So party mining is just pretty much you and a bunch of friends or whoever want to mine together, solo mining together, your little group doing it together. And then you got solo mining where if you don't find a block, you're not getting any rewards. But if you do find that block, you get the complete block reward. So that's kind of the differences between the different ways to mine. So hopefully that answers your question. RabidMining, how is the Duro experiment? Have you tried to create a node and mine to it? I have my node all up and running. Duro is rolling. But you know what? Let's just have a look because I actually want to try an experiment here. So I just want to see something right quick. So let's load this up. We got Roblox here, but we can cancel it. Fudweiser quit playing Roblox, so maybe he'll give me all his GPUs or something. That'd be cool. I'll hold on to you. Hold on to him for a little while for you till you come back. But let's just minimize this for a second. I'm the only one on the server. It's such lonely times. Anyway, we're going to minus this. My which one is this it? Yeah, here's my Duro node. I just want to see what the address Duro. I don't know if this is my address integrator because I want to check something. I don't know. I want to make a video on this, but I've done so many different things that I'm not actually. Okay, I don't know if this. Okay, let's go to this first. Duro. Okay, I want to make sure this is right. This is what I want to check. So Duro 1QKY Duro 1QYOPT. Okay, so that's a good thing. That's a good thing I checked this because this is what I'm curious about. So as you can see, the integrator address. This is the default address in here. So that's not mine. This is like the devs or something. So you do have to run a command line. Good thing I checked that. So I'm going to go back into my Duro nodes here. You guys can't even see what I'm showing you guys. I'm sorry. I apologize. You know what? Where is my 4K? Oh, it's not loaded. Hold on. I'll just bring my screen up for you guys. Actually, I'll just go to this one. I'll just go to this one. You guys can kind of see it. I'll go over. I don't have my capture device turned into properties. Actually, hold on. Where is it? Windows 4K. There we go. Properties. Where are you? Capture. There it is. Done. All right. So I'm going to engage my capture device now so that you guys can actually see this full screen. There we go. There we go. So let's look at this again so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. So we're on my node now, the server PC, and we're going to bring back up my Duro node. So here you can see it. Now I'm going to bring up my crypto addresses again. Crypto addresses. I'm going to scroll down to Duro right there. All right, so you can see Duro 1QYK, and my address is actually 1QYOPT. So it's wrong. By default, this is wrong. This is going to whatever. But there is a command you got to do. And I've done various commands. One is your bootstrap, which I'll show you here in a second. When you're doing your Duro node sync, at first it started really fast. But once you hit about 150,000 at the block height, let's just have a look where we're at. We're at 320 now. At about the 150,000 mark, it slows right down. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to take forever. I was syncing this thing for 5 days and it would not sync. And then finally I went to the Duro Discord and they're like, hey, run the bootstrap. I guess at 150, it'll still go up. But a lot of accounts and stuff were made at the block height of 150,000. And then from 150 to about 160, it speeds up again. Then at about 190 to 200,000, there's millions and millions of transactions that started going through. So it slows back down. So anyway, the block height's currently sitting at 320. I ran a bootstrap to quickly finally sync this up really fast. And we're going to kind of look at that right now. So where's my Duro node? It's in here, Duro Windows. And I have these two command lines. So one, I'm going to have to close down my node. Cancel. And we're going to see here, so what I did here, you can see I have two folders. One is mainnet old. This is the old one before the bootstrap. And then I ran my bootstrap and it created a new mainnet folder. So I'm going to go into my mainnet Duro start. So Duro node start, I'm just going to edit here. I made a bat file and you can see integrator address. So right here, fast sync. This is the command to bootstrap your node to make it, it'll took about an hour to an hour and a half to fully sync the node from scratch with fast sync. So it's -- fast sync. Now it didn't want to work. Here's my integrator address. I put it in so it would be my address. But for some reason, unless I just mess something up here and, maybe I need to add a different command to make it work, it would not put my address as the integrator address, which is the pool address. So I had to make a new batch file once I got my node sunk up. And you can see now I just have the integrator address here and then whatever this RPC stuff is. I can't remember everything I did. So now I'm going to double click this and it's going to load up my node, but it's going to swap out. Now you can see the integrator address is now my address. And why do I want this address to be mine? Well, every time the pool finds its blocks, this is the address it's going to pay to. So obviously I want it to go to my address. So here, that is kind of how I have to run it. So every time I start it, I'm going to have to start it with this so it lets it know it's my address. I have not mined to it or anything yet. I have not done the mining process. I've been mining Bitoreum and stuff like that. So I do plan on it, but the node is fully sunk. It's ready to roll. All I got to do is mine to it. Now, some of you may be asking, why are you running a Duro node? Why don't you just mine to a pool or something? Oh my gosh, I hit the wrong button. Apologize. Go back in there. I butchered all my buttons. All right, let's go back to here. Minus this down. All right, oh no, hold on. I got to get my Roblox back up and get my button back on. Give me a second. I apologize. Back on there. Oh, I may as well claim my star while I'm here. May as well do that. There we go. Turn my overclocking back on. All right, we're good. Close that out. But yeah, so why do you need that? So they forked. If we go actually into mining pool stats right now and we look at Duro, go full screen. We go to Duro here. You can see there's no pools anymore. They're all at invalid block heights. Everything's messed up. There's no longer open public pools. There are a few open public nodes, but by default, they're all hanging out at 9 to 10% of a pool fee. That's really high. So that's why they're encouraging decentralization by everybody kind of running their own nodes. Now that pool fee will ultimately, you'll be mining to it. So you're getting that fee. So 100% of everything found is going to your pool's address. So that's why they're encouraging this decentralization. Everyone's running their own nodes and stuff like that. So in order to mine Duro, you can use a public node, but you'll be paying that 9 or 10% fee. They have a few public nodes listed on their Discord, but they're encouraging people to spin up your own nodes and solo mine to it. And there's a little difference going on with it as well. Like right now we solo mine, we have all our hash rate kind of pointed towards one point and it adds it all up. So from how I gather it, every worker is like its own worker. Technically, your hash rate is not concealed into a single it is still going to a single location. It's kind of tricky. I don't really understand it because in my mind, you're all still mining to the same point. And if any of those workers find a block, it's still yours. But somehow each worker is counted individual and it's not really considered one entity. And I don't know, there's really weird. There's a lot of new tech and stuff going into Duro, but it's very, very interesting. I just still got to do a lot more research to really understand it. But where I'm at right now is my node is up. I can mine to it. I just haven't yet. And I got to figure out how the whole blockchain works in general. And there's like different block levels. So the node itself doesn't get a block unless it hits the 10th block level, but the miners get rewards from 1 to 9. So like 1 to 9 are mini blocks, and the 10th is like the main block. So I'm still trying to figure out how the whole works. Maybe TechMan, you may know, or someone else may know all this. I still got a lot of research to do. Obviously, you can tell I don't really understand how it works yet, but I think it's going to be a difference. I don't think every miner, like if Duro becomes very profitable, I still think miners are going to be limited because there's a lot more stuff you got to do just to mine this, like setting up your node and stuff like that. So I can't really see, you know, a massive hash rate influx because it's not going to be simply pointing to a pool or something. There's a lot of spinning up you got to do, syncing nodes and getting your wallet. You got to verify your address and register it with the network. And sometimes that doesn't even work. At least it didn't for me, unless you ran other BAT files to get it actually synced up and working. And I don't know. It's crazy. It's quite the process, but that's where I'm at right now with Duro. There's a lot more going on it in order just to mine it. There you go. Fast sync. Hey, there's Matt Electron. There he is. Fast sync. We went through the there's one more dash in fast sync. Hey, speaking of that, do you know how to run the fast sync and your integrator address as the same? Like, I just shut it all off, but you know what I'm talking about? Will it read both of them in the BAT file? What am I doing? Turn that off. Turn that down. I just messed up my whole screen. I can't see where I'm at. All right, there we go. Love, need to update your time with NTP. Oh, I totally forgot about that. That's another point that Matt Electron brought out is, do I have it loaded? I'm going to have to bring this all up again. I was having an issue where I was like, my sync time, it was saying error, you're having a bad sync time and all this sorts of stuff. Let's turn this off for a second. Let this load again. Go back to full screen so you can see this. Hurry up, load, engage. There we go. So, do I have it on? Pretty sure I do. Yeah, is this the tool? Yeah, networks time sync. So I was having issues, so I downloaded this little program, the time syncer, and then it syncs your computer time to NTP times and whatever it does. I don't know the technical terms. Matt Electron will point that out in the live chat. But I needed this in order for the node to sync the time, and it canceled those errors. Hopefully that's still up and live now. Yes, it is. Awesome. Where'd my node go? It's still here. Oh, whoa, way over here. Whoa, why is XMRs on? Oh, wait. What is going on here? I have so many things running right now. I don't even understand. We got Chia here, still not updating the blockchain. Hurry up and update. You're so slow. Okay, awesome. Anyway, get this back on. But yeah, I was running into massive errors and it wouldn't work unless you synced your blockchain up. And I was like, what's going on? How come the time's not right? What do you do? But you do have to download that other program to run it to sync the node to the time that it wants to be on type of thing. Never actually tried the fast sync. Oh, you never actually tried it? Okay. Yeah, it works great. Like I said, I was out of once I hit block height of 150K, it slowed right down. It took like 4 days to get from 150 to like 157,000K. Like to get 7,000, it took like 4 days. And I was on for about 5.5, 6 days till I found out about the fast sync. I renamed my folder to mainnet old, and then it made a new mainnet folder. I ran the fast sync, 1.5 to 2 hours, absolute tops. I think it was just over an hour actually. And the whole node was fully sunk right up. So fast sync is definitely the way to go. I gave up on the Duro, much easier coins. Yeah, very true. That's the one thing about Duro mining. Like, there's a lot more to it to get people up and mining. So I don't think a lot of people are going to move to it because you need to be running nodes and stuff in order. You don't need to actually run nodes, but unless you want to pay that 9 or 10% fee, pool fee, then, you know, you're going to want to run your own node. 5 days, 6 Ryzen CPUs only made 0.73 Duro. Yeah, I haven't even tried mining yet. That's it. 6 Ryzen's 0.73. What's the price of them? Hey, there's Chancoin. He's a Duro master. What's going on? What is the Duro algo? Depends on L3, L1, high clock speed, or just thread counts. I have no idea. I have not tried to mine it, so I don't know how many threads or anything is loading at all. All I have is the node synced up. I could point my rigs at it any time. I just haven't. I'm mining Bitoreum before the hash rate gets too high. I gave up on Duro. Yeah, we went through that. Chia puts the blockchain in your app data folder. That I can't run it. I know I was having a pain. Actually, there's things Sting cool. Oh man, I don't remember everything I did here. We're gonna come back to this. Oh crap. I don't remember what I did here. Whatsoever. But let's see if I can figure it out just to kind of get you through this, because I was having the same issue. This is why my whole blockchain and everything is resyncing. All I had was a 120 gigabyte drive. This is now my server PC, which used to be rig 3. Then I built the server PC so I could do all this other stuff. But yeah, my hard drive got filled up because Chia filled this right up, right, absolutely completely full. I'm trying to find where is that folder, what it puts it into, because now I do legitly have the whole Chia chain. I put all of G drive. How much room do I have? I dedicated about a terabyte to the complete Chia blockchain, so it has room to build into the future. But as you can see, we have the Chia blockchain here, but it still by default has it in your C drive, but you have to go in there and edit your files and point it all towards your new chain, which is right here now. So I can't remember where it is. Where is it? Chia chain. So I can actually find these files so I can show you what I actually had to change. I can't remember what it was. There's 3 files you have to edit, and you have to point them to where you wanted the new chain in your PC. And I don't remember where it is now. It was a pain. Okay, I don't know where it is. Someone know where this actually goes? Where's the default? I can't remember anything where it was. Let's go into here. Users. Was it in users? Rig 3, public. Was it in rig 3? Chia. Oh, maybe here. Mainnet. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Is it the database? I don't think it's any of those. Configs, maybe? Let's see what's in here. No, share a Skype. What am I? Oh my gosh. Don't be doing any of this stuff. What do I got here? I'm probably giving you all my certain numbers that you guys can just hack me now. Probably giving it all away. Yeah, it's all in here, I think. Scroll down. No, it's not in this one. Address. Yeah, right here. Database path. So this is where you change it. You see your full node right here. You got to adjust your database path. Originally, it won't have your G here. Mine's in G. So you got to change it here. You got to change your peer path. And there's another file. So you got to go into your one that's in C drive. So if you first install it, initialize it, and then shut it off, and then go in here, edit your files, and point it to where you want it, it will then begin downloading the chain and everything to the drive where you actually want it. So I don't know. There's a whole bunch of workaround stuff. Oh no, did I closed out Roblox. I got loaded all over again. I'll do it later. Cancel. All right, so that's on that. All right, so there's Chia. Yeah, it's kind of a pain. It's at C username Chia. There you go. See, Kim Larson pointed that out. We finally found it, but yeah, you just got to adjust where you want everything to store. It is a pain. There's a lot of background pain to do with some of the stuff, but allegedly version 2 of the blockchain is supposed to be way faster. I did update mine, but I don't know what version I'm running. So I got to look into that. You know, I probably would have been synced up. I think I've been trying to sync now for like 2 weeks. Taking forever, but I'm also mining and everything there as well. So that probably doesn't help. The Chia UI should allow you to change the app. I know. I agree. I 100% agree. I imagine, you know, that could be a future thing they may do. I don't know. Another thing is the Chia blockchain is losing a lot of, like, I want to say hash rate, but it's plots, or people are pulling their hard drives offline because obviously profitability and stuff is down, but it's hardly using any power. So why not? What if it does pump? I have no idea. Is Chia ever going to do anything? There's some strong believers. There's people that used to be strong believers, which are no longer believers. And then you got, you know, whatever type of people like myself. I don't care. If it goes up, it goes up. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It doesn't bother me. But, you know, I'm still going to try to keep farming a little bit. And if something happens, something happens. For Chia, I really like it. How do I short XCH? I don't know how you'd short it. I'm not sure. I guess if you have a whole bunch, just sell it. That's all I can really say. SCP Prime seems to be more profitable. Is that one of the forks? I know there are a few Chia forks that people have been pointing out to me, and allegedly you can just swap over. The same plots work. So I don't know the whole process. I haven't followed Chia at all, other than I have like 14 terabytes, and that's it. So that's my whole Chia experiment. I've been downloading the blockchain for the past 2 weeks. It's been down for over a month. You know, before that, because it filled up my hard drive and I just kept CPU mining. And then I finally built the server PC and put in a bigger hard drive so I could start syncing again. And that's where I'm at there. Yeah. Oh, I guess we could talk a little bit about the hash rate migration. We didn't say anything about it yet, but there's already a bunch of misinformation floating around. Like, there's people saying, why are you guys trying to attack Ethereum? It's like, it has nothing to do with attacking Ethereum. Other people are like, you're not going to get that much hash rate. It's not going to be worth it. You're not going to be able to pull enough off of Ethereum to make it do anything on Ethereum. And like, these are comments I'm seeing on some of my video and everything. And I pointed out, like, this has nothing to do with Ethereum. And if you haven't heard about it or don't know what's going on, the great hash rate migration, the video I did was right here. Red Panda's in on it now. Obviously, Bitsby Trippin is moving about 55 gigahash worth of Ethereum onto Ravencoin. So that'll be interesting to see what happens with Ravencoin. Really, that's only like 0.02 terahash based on my calculations. But still, it's, you know, it'll raise the difficulty a little bit. But it has nothing to do with dropping hash rate, any attacks anywhere, no protest, nothing. It has zero to do with Ethereum. Absolutely nothing. So people that think we're trying to pull too much hash rate away from Ethereum or something is 100% false. That is not what's going on here. The whole point of this migration is to see how much hash rate we can get to test other coins, like Ravencoin, for example, and Ergo. And Ergo's not going to really, if you saw my video, I kind of went through it. It's going to be hard to test Ergo because it takes a couple days for their difficulty to even change. But we're trying to see, with whatever hash rate we do see, try these other coins, how high the difficulty will actually go on one of these coins. And we can get an idea of what mining after Ethereum could look like. How much yield are we going to lose? Like, I've been doing numbers, and do I still have this screenshot? Like, where's my screenshot? Let's go to desktop here. This one. So if we look at this, like, this was done a couple weeks ago. The price was higher at the time. I don't know if it has the price in here or not, but let's just make this bigger. Maybe this one. So look at this. Like, for example, here's 12 by RTX 3080s on Ravencoin. So right now, which was a couple weeks ago, but we don't care about the price and everything. We're looking at the yield. So 12 3080s is mining about 527.7 Ravencoins per day. Now, if the hash rate, if only 5 times the difficulty, or hash rate goes to Ravencoin about 5 times, the difficulty goes up about 5 times, and we're down from 527 coins a day down to 105. Well, at the price of which is way higher than what it is now, I think there's around 12 cents or 10 cents or something. I can't remember, but that was $22 a day after power. And with a 5 times increase, you're down to negative $1.17 with 12 3080s. This is kind of what we're trying to test. Once the difficulty goes up, how is this going to affect your profitability? Because as it looks, none of these coins, even Flux, which is big as we hope it's going to get, is not going to be profitable once Ethereum mining is gone. Now, this is a 5 times increase, and we're really thinking there's probably at least, there's enough hash rate to probably 10 times. So double the difficulty of this, of 5 times. This was just a 5 times increase, and there's potentially enough to 10 times the top 10 coins all at the exact same time. So the whole point is to kind of take a look at these other coins and profitability to see what it's going to look like once Ethereum is finally gone. So that's what's kind of going on here. Again, you know, I don't expect much hash rate. There's going to be a lot of hash rate coming on. Yes, for sure. But enough to actually do anything compared to what's currently on Ethereum, it's not really enough to test. Like, seriously, look at this hash rate, guys. Over 1 petahash. 1 petahash. That's an insane amount of hash rate. Now, remember, we have ASICs on here. We have a ton of ASICs, but I really only think that's 30 to 40%. There's not as many ASICs as we're hoping is on here, But again, we could be wrong. It could be 50%. It could be 60%. I highly think that's unlikely. A lot of people are out there, Max Voltage being one of them, a few others. Got a Girl, as you know, Voss Coin, a whole bunch of people. There's only like 30 to 40%. If we look back at EIP before 1559, I just want to reload this so we can see some better time frames here. So let's go like this area. So in this area around here, this was just before 1559, and the 3000 series and the 810s dropped around this date in here. So right around December of 2020, this is when the GPUs dropped, and around here was actually when LHRs dropped. And this is also when the CMPs came out, and this is around the time when HUT 8 and there's a few other mining farms, they did order millions and millions and dollars worth and pallet loads and craziness amount of them HX 90s and 170 GPUs. And, you know, from there, we just pretty much exploded. But at this point in time here, there was a time frame like Bitmain, everyone, they quit making these Ethereum ASIC miners. But there was a EIP presented to say, you know what, let's eliminate the ASICs off the network. And obviously a lot of the miners like, yeah, do it. Awesome. The hash rate is going to drop so low. But then upon investigations, they're saying that there weren't enough ASICs to really do anything. That EIP got thrown out because it wouldn't really affect the hash rate in any way. So they're like, okay, so we're just going to leave them on. So that's already saying at this point in time, there's only 10 to 20% were ASICs. We're already at 500 and some terahash. So that we have 300 terahash worth of hash rate sitting in GPUs at this point in time. And then obviously we just exploded. Now, two things could have happened. Oh yes, ASICs are safe. You know, let's buy ASICs, or ultimately, like I said, the mining farms and CMPs came around this time frame here and we had a massive explosion. In the end, we have no idea how much hash rate is what, but I really do think 60 to 70% is GPUs. Like NVIDIA's sales, their numbers, everything just makes a lot of sense that it is GPUs, but we don't know. But in the bottom line, there's enough hash rate hanging out there to destroy the other coins, unless, and the kind of factors we can't factor into this whole situation is how many people are going to actually shut off? How many are going to sell the rigs? Because the way it sounds right now, if you look on Reddit, you look in comments, you look wherever, it's all, oh, awesome. GPU prices are down. I'm buying more. I'm buying mining farms. These things are awesome. I'm never going to shut off. So this is the mentality everybody has, but the reality may be a lot different once this actually happens. So I don't know. LHR, think about that. That makes it go more hash rate. Yeah, but we're also sitting at, let's have a look here. Where is, yeah, they were all LHR. But remember, I said mining farms were picking up millions and millions of dollars worth of, where is that? Oh, right here. And let's take a look at date here. March 8th. When did the LHR, so I'm also wondering too, because remember, we're upwards to around 80 to 85% LHR unlocks, and sitting around this point, which is when I think hash rate unlocks started unveiling, we are seeing hash rate increases. Now, I don't know if it's due to more farms and more people buying GPUs, or are we seeing this increase in hash rate due to the fact that those LHR unlockers are coming, you know, they're getting more unlocked. Like, what are we up to now? 98 on a 3080 Ti or something? 98 mega hash now? 3060 Ti's are around 50 mega hash or so now. Like, so we are gaining hash rate as well because those LHR cards are starting to get more and more unlocked as well. But how many? No idea. Absolutely no idea. Yeah, that's when the LHR came out. That's true. That's also when CMP cards, NVIDIA made LHR cards, and then they kind of countered it with the CMP release to say, this is what the miners can use, and this is what we want our gamers to use. Did it go that way? Obviously not. Miners were still buying the LHR cards, but this is also when HUT 8, $30 million worth of those CMP cards, pallet loads, truck loads, all these things were being shipped out because the CMP cards came out shortly after the LHR cards were released. Anyone messing with Babycoin? I have some problems logging into my wallet. Someone else too. I don't even remember where my wallet is. I gotta check on I haven't checked on Babycoin for a bit. I have to look into it. Good afternoon. Hey, Travelers Travels, what's going on? What's happening? What are you guys doing? Anybody have any other questions or whatnot? We've been here for a little bit, so we might have to wrap it up soon. but it will take 6 months to a year after ETH to really see the effects of it leaving. That's very sure, Tech Man, in terms of hash rate. Obviously, the initial couple weeks to a month, coins are going to tank horribly. But yeah, it'll take time because there's still going to be people, I bet you, a week or two after Ethereum is gone, there's still people that are going to have their rigs mining Ethereum to nothing. Like, there's people out there that just sit there and don't watch anything. They don't know what's going on. It's just happening. One day they look and they, oh, what the heck? I'm not mining. And then, they might run somewhere. How come I can't mine? Or what's wrong with my rigs? There's people like that. So legitimately, oh, guys, you haven't been able to mine Ethereum for 2 weeks. What? Really? Oh my gosh. That happens. There's a coin called Baby. Yeah, there is a baby coin. Legitly, there's a coin called Baby Coin. What is going on with the RTM inodes all down? Oh, Raptorium is updating, I believe, their servers and everything. So they are going to be down for 2 days. You can still, supposedly, it's just the website and stuff is down. The nodes are still active. You can still mine to your onboarding addresses and whatever else. It's just that the website, the app itself is down. It's getting upgrades and stuff for a day or two, and then it will be back online. Now we can have a quick look so we can get the direct word for word on it. So let's go to Raptorium here. Actually, it should be in my Discord as well. I have everything coming into it. Where is Raptorium? RTM. Where's RTM? What's going on? I can't even find it now. Nodes. Okay, Raptorium. So let's just scroll through. Sit tight. We are preparing. In the next few hours, the iNodes app will experience 1 to 2 days of downtime for a significant upgrade. During this time, you will not be able to access the app display. If anyone has any questions or need assistance, please feel free to DM or ping me in the help channel. So, yeah. So they have a little announcement here. So for 2 days, their app, so the website will be down due to significant upgrades, but everything is still kind of active there. So you should be all good. And it should be back in a couple of days. What is your favorite GPU coin after Ethereum? Honestly, I don't know. I don't really know. Mine is whatever, I guess. After Ethereum, it'll be whatever is profitable. But I'm also, when it comes to profitability, it also comes to power costs. I'm probably going to go to like Ergo and stuff at first to see how it reacts. But after that, then I'm not really sure. And I'm really anticipating shutting my rigs off. Legitly, I'm prepared, mentally ready and everything, that I considered the fact that GPUs won't be profitable for quite some time. They may not be profitable for the next 2 years until the next bull run happens. So that may be a thing. I'm not saying sell your hardware. Keep it on hand for the next bull run because you don't want to run into a shortage and have to pay twice the MSRP on everything if something explodes. But it's I have no issue shutting it off. If I'm losing on power, I can't mine enough coins to pay for my actual power. It doesn't make any sense to mine it. You should turn your rig off, and if you really want that coin, buy it for the amount of power you would have spent, and you'd end up with more coins than mine it. So I'm prepared for that whole situation. That's what I'm really think is going to happen here. But I'm going to start with the easiest, less power intensive coin. So I'm going to start with Ergo, and then we'll just have to go from there. I don't know. We got ETC, but I really don't think Ethereum Classic is going to be a go-to for anybody with a GPU. Nobody. Not even A2000s, I think, will be able to compete, depending on how many ASICs will be able to switch. Now, as far as I understand it currently, right now, A10s, A10 Pros, they cannot mine Ethereum Classic. Ever since the Thanos hard fork and it moved to ETC hash, A10s and fully electric, he was kind of saying that there's no firmware yet. I don't know for sure, but there's no firmware that's available yet, and I don't know if it's being worked on to swap over to ETC. But there are Jazz miners and there are ETC mini miners being made right now to come out for Ethereum Classic, and no GPU can compete with the efficiency of these. It's legit. There is no GPU out there currently that can handle and compete with the ASICs that are coming. If you don't believe me, let's just have a look at some numbers. Here we are. We're going back to look at some numbers here. Let's go to ASIC miner value. I put ASIC miner value. Let's just take a look at the Jazz miner, for example. This thing is an absolute beast. There's the X4. You know, it's expensive. I don't know if anyone will get it, but just to put something into perspective, look at this thing. 2.5 gigahash for 1200 watts. 1200 watts for 2.5 gigahash. That's insane. Now, the more common one is the X41U and the X41C. This is 520 megahash for only 240 watts. That is absolutely insane. There's no GPU on the market. There's definitely no GPU coming into the future, especially with the NVIDIAs coming in at 900 watts plus. Like, what? I really don't think, you know, maybe they hash incredibly well. We definitely hope so, but those don't look like mining GPUs whatsoever. But, you know, they may get a huge hash rate of performance on core algorithms. We really hope so. So we got those. Now let's look at this Apollo. Let's look at this Apollo ETC Mini. Look at this little baby coming out soon. Apollo ETC Mini, where are you? Is this the one? Apollo 2LT? I don't know what it's called. Engage. No, that's a chandelier. We don't want that. Is it iApollo? Maybe it's iApollo or something. I don't know. Apollo 1, iApollo. I don't even know what it's called anymore. Fully electric, do you remember? Apollo 1, Apollo I. Oh my gosh. What am I doing wrong here? Apollo I ETC Mini. Come on, Google. Help me out here. Give me a break. Oh, now we're getting cars. Okay, I have no idea. I can't remember what it's called. We looked at it the other day. Anybody remember what it was? But there's a mini ETC miner being made, and this thing is insane. It's like 140 mega hash for like 90 watts, and it mines ZIL and everything as well. So it's crazy. So GPUs, if you're like, oh, I'm gonna move the ETC, it's gonna be awesome. I really don't think so. Now there's another option a lot of people have. Nice hash. Ooh, I'm already shaking my head. Nice hash, I think, is going to hurt everybody long term. Now, why would nice hash hurt everyone? Nice hash as a whole isn't. If you know anything about how nice hash works, it's a mining rig rental platform. So what happens on nice hash is you point your rigs at it, and people use Bitcoin and say, I want 5 gigahash worth of Ethereum. Okay, I guess, you know, we're talking when Ethereum's gone. So I want 5 gigahash or 5 terahash or something, which could be a thing. You know, if enough people go into, like, let's take this for example. Let's go into what to mine. Let's currently look. So there's 2.91 terahash currently hanging out on Ravencoin. So say a whole bunch of GPUs move to nice hash, and someone's like, I want to rent 3 terahash worth of Ravencoin hash rate right now and put that on Ravencoin. Boom. You now have over 50% of the hash rate on Ravencoin. You are now attacking the network. This is why we see Ethereum Classic at, what is it, 200,000 confirmations or 20,000, whatever it is. It takes almost 2 weeks to send Ethereum Classic right now, ETC. From the time it's sent to actually received in the wallet, it's like 9 days or something crazy like that. And Furo, they went through attacks. They almost got delisted from a bunch of exchanges. This is what could happen. What if a bunch of people move to nice hash and now someone wants to attack these networks? They rent your hash rate to attack these networks. I was involved in previous attacks. Red Panda was involved in previous attacks utilizing nice hash. One day, I remember I was sitting there and I can already see it happening because based on some comments, people are like, I'm going to use nice hash. Profitability will spike sometimes, and if it doesn't get profitable, I'll just turn it off. I don't care about any of the networks. That's what someone legitly said in one of my comments, and I was just like, this is the mentality that's going to kill a lot of these coins because the profitability did go up. I had a 2060 KO mining Dagger Hashimoto, which was Ethereum. My profitability went from $1.40 a day upwards to over $3 out of nowhere. It's like, what's going on? Profitability is up. This is awesome. Couple days goes by, everywhere you look, all of a sudden Ethereum Classic was 51% attacked again. Ethereum Classic was attacked again through nice hash. everybody on NiceHash were reaping the rewards. Yes, we're making a lot of money because someone came in, paid a massive amount of money, and attacked the network. And we were all part of it and didn't even realize it. So this is what we could see on the future coins. If a whole bunch of people, you know, are promoting NiceHash and saying, I'm just going to use NiceHash because it'll be easier and profit switches or whatever. It doesn't really profit switch. It points you to whoever pays for the most amount to get hash rate on. So if someone could pay a stupid amount of money right now for Ergo, you're going to start mining Ergo and think, oh, what? Ergo is profitable? It's not. It's just that someone paid a whole bunch of money because they wanted Ergo at this point in time. That's how NiceHash works. They rent your hash power. They say how much they want. They pay and they point your rigs at it. And then you could cause attacks. So I really foresee if people hit NiceHash, a lot of these coins are going to be getting attacked. And if they get attacked, that could be possible delisting off exchanges. That could be possible upwards of ETC confirmations. People might say, you know what, we need to increase the confirmations so we can counter these attacks or not let, you know, transactions go through at this point in time. This is why we are seeing ETC having such high confirmation times. So what if all these coins, all of a sudden, what if Raven coin got delisted everywhere because it got attacked, you know, 2 or 3 times in a month? What if you know, confirmations went up to 200,000 because it got attacked too many times? These are consequences that we could see. So you got to think outside the box and be like, I'm going to go to NiceHash. Well, how many people are going to follow you there? How many other people are thinking, I'm just going to go to NiceHash too instead of mining a coin directly? These are consequences that we're going to see, you know, after Ethereum is gone that I don't think people really realize. Anyway, yeah, Rabid rant. Another one. I'm just full of them today or something. I don't know. Any profit switching that doesn't steal from you is different than NiceHash. Anyway, so does anyone agree with that? Disagree? Have some points to make out? You know, I probably missed something as well, but there's a lot of changes that's going to be coming. It's not going to be as simply, I bought a GPU, I'm putting it on Ethereum, I'm making money. That's not the way it's going to be anymore. Well, that's only for Windows, right? No, it's not actually. And technically, if you want to make NiceHash as profitable as possible, you want to use NiceHash OS. Some of you may not even know that NiceHash had its OS. Yes, there's a Linux-based operating system, NiceHash OS. So I guess we'll kind of talk about this a little bit. Currently, right now, you got NiceHash QuickMiner. That's a new thing. I don't really know how it works. Is it only mine F? Yes?
What is your live stream done?
Pretty soon.
How much longer?
I'm not sure. Oh, it's at 10 minutes.
Okay. Then I can show you this.
Okay, then you can show me. So there's NiceHash QuickMiner right now, and I don't know if it's only mines Ethereum or what. I don't know how it works. I haven't tried NiceHash forever, but I know previously there was just a NiceHash, and it had Ravencoin and Ethereum and I don't know, something else. For your CPU, it only has XMR, but currently they do have Ergo in it now, so I don't know if QuickMiner has everything in it. Anyway, regardless, it bases off benchmarks in your CPU. So what you really got to do is you got to babysit NiceHash. So if you go into NiceHash and you're on Windows, you have your Afterburner, you're mining Ethereum, you got to hit your Ethereum overclocks. Bam. Okay, good. Now all of a sudden, say it moves to Ravencoin. Obviously, you need more core intensive, less memory for it to be more profitable mining Ravencoin. So if it switched to Ravencoin, you got to go back into Afterburner, hit your overclock setting. Hopefully you have some presets to make it fast. And then, you know, you're increasing your hash rate on Ravencoin. Also, when you do this, you're going to have to re-edit all your benchmarking numbers based on the new overclock numbers so that it remains highly to what your hash rate is, so you don't have too many fluctuations. So now you have NiceHash OS, which is Linux-based, and you plug that in, and then you can, as soon as you start your benchmarking, you cancel it. You stop it, you pull it out, then you go to your text editor like Notepad++. You can then set all your individual overclocks per GPU per algorithm. So you move that throughout there in NiceHash OS, and then once you get all that in, it takes quite a bit of time to do. Now you run a NiceHash OS, and now it'll auto do everything. It'll finish its benchmarks, and it will remain, you know, the most profitable way to actually use NiceHash is through NiceHash OS. So I don't know. Some of you guys may not even know there's a Linux version of NiceHash, but there is. NiceHash Quick Miner is pretty much just to suck in all the gamers and all the people that don't really want to do anything and just hang out there and say, yes, I'm getting Bitcoin. But you can utilize and be more profitable with NiceHash by utilizing NiceHash OS. But it does seem to be buggy. I haven't looked into it for probably 2 years now, so I don't know what's all changed with it, but it's been a while. But you can program every overclock per GPU, per algorithm that it supports. So it is probably the better way. If you do want to clearly say NiceHash, you know, to remain as profitable as possible, you're going to want to utilize NiceHash OS. Unless you just hang out there and babysit your computer all day and switching overclocks every time it switches. You know, that's totally up to you. I used to do that. I used to check it every 10, 15 minutes and be like, oh, we're on Ravencoin now. Click number 2 on Afterburner. Oh, we're on back to Digger Hashimoto. Hit number 1 again. Okay, so that's some of the things you got to do to keep NiceHash remaining as profitable as possible. Oh, all right. NiceHash also is only really Hive OS also. Oh, utilizing it through Hive OS. Oh, really? It's only Ethereum? I thought it profit switched if you utilized NiceHash somehow. I'm not sure. I have not used their pools or anything to do with NiceHash for a couple of years. Ever since I found out I was involved in a 51% attack on ETC, I've never touched it. And then they got their bad history of being hacked, and obviously they're still trying to make their way out of their little hole there. But I don't recommend NiceHash to anybody at any time. So I just want to point this stuff out, guys. You know, I see a lot of people saying, you know, use NiceHash. NiceHash is going to be awesome. Or others, you know, I'm just going to go to NiceHash because it's easy. But there's so many other factors. And usually when something is easier, you're going to be paying a price for that. So ultimately, it's coming out of your profitabilities. Okay, anyway, let's move on here. T-Rex and is exactly like 2 miners, same profit. That's very interesting. Whoa, what just happened here? We just like massively shot up in viewers or something. Did we get raided by somebody? Someone fill me in on the raid. I'm scrolling through the live chat to see if we have like a raid happening or we have like a massive bot influx. Oh, this is crazy. Oh yeah, I put commands at Seb's channels that you are the CPU king, not what? You are the CPU king. There aren't too many people that cover CPU mining though, and I really think it's a nice way to go. Like with the directions of GPUs after Ethereum, I think CPUs currently right now at times become more profitable than a GPU. And after Ethereum, like I really think they're going to be a nice way to utilize mining and remain profitable after Ethereum is gone. Unless obviously the factors that come into play is if everybody goes out and buys CPUs, then, you know, we're in the same boat. The difficulty is going to greatly increase across the networks and we're all just going to crash. So, you know, it all balances out somehow. But the way it sits with the current hash rate and everything, CPUs are going to, you know, remain in the green. I made more on a day trade with Flux than mining, and I do it again. Hey, I'm a horrible trader. I am absolutely horrible when it comes to crypto trading. I do not trade whatsoever. So grats to you for being able to do that. There's a lot of people that are amazing traders and they totally get in there. But back to the crypto, like let's talk about the crypto prices in general. To all you new guys that are out here, if you're unfamiliar, like what website this is my own website, RabidMining.com. We got CPU mining calculators and stuff here. Check it out. Oh, I can't even show you guys. Bam. So if you do a mine on a CPU, you know, just check that out. You got to know your hash rates. We are getting buttons put in. We do got some recent. I just totally butchered my buttons pushing skills right there. How come it is not on the right one? Uh-oh, guys. There we go. I don't know what happened. My whole stream deck just messed right up. I'm mining in Binance Pool and receive S straight in my card. Nice. So 222 flux to 299 flux is another way to grow crypto coins. That is definitely a good way to grow. That's a nice score for sure. Nice. That is awesome. Yeah, I wish I knew how to trade, but I can't. But let's look at some prices. Like, seriously, what do you guys think the next bull run? When do you think it's going to be? And when do you think the bottom of this bull run is going to be? I really think we're going to hit like the 20K mark. 20 to 25 USD mark will probably be our bottom. It'll happen sometime this year within the next 4 to 5 months. And then we'll slowly start doing our small increase to a 2025 bull run. That's my whole prediction right there. What do you guys? You guys agree with that operation? You think, or you think I'm way out of whack? Remember, ignore everything that's going on in the world. You can use what's going on in the world to make day-to-day decisions on maybe buying or selling. But if you look at the big picture, you know, the bottom is still coming and the future is going to be bigger than the past bull run. You know, that's pretty much all you got to know coming into this. 30K max, it will go down in BTC. You think 30K? All right, awesome. 2024, you think is the next bull run. That's very interesting. Let's have a look at some stuff here. So if we have a peek at, let's go full screen. Let's go Bitcoin. I can't remember what I used. Do you guys remember what I used for this? Is it CoinDesk? I don't think that's a good one. No, that's not the one. I don't like that one. Maybe it's CoinMarketCap. Yeah. All right. Yeah, this is the one. Let's take a look at this little chart here. Remember, I'm not a trader. This is not financial advice and all that stuff that goes along with disclaimers. But let's look at the all. So we're going to run through this. We have a bunch of new people here that haven't seen this before probably. So we're going to do it. So we're looking at this. Everyone, you know, when you first started hearing about crypto, it's most likely in the 2017 range. But we actually rewind back to 2013, you can see there's a little blip here. It doesn't look like much. If you were just looking at a chart, you would probably miss it. But let's rewind to that right now. All right, so here we are. Look at in 2013. We have a price of 119 Bitcoin. Now, if you're not sure what happened in 2013, this is kind of when Bitcoin first started getting a little bit of eyeballs on, a little adoption. You know, people are like looking in and going, oh, you know, this actually might start being something. Small adoption, I guess. But look at this, 2013, about December, and bam, it went from, what was that, $133 upwards to $1,100. That's times 10. This thing times 10 in 2013. A lot of people don't realize that, but yeah, it did. Now, if we fast forward, look at 2013 to 2017. Now, here we are, 2017, and we can see the jump. Now, look at the time difference, 2013 to 2017. That is exactly 4 years apart. What happens every 4 years on Bitcoin? It halves. A halving event happens on Bitcoin every 4 years. Just before 2013 of this date, we had a halving event in this area somewhere over here. And over here, we had our halving event somewhere in this area. So just after the halving events, we do come in and we come into the bull run every 4 years. Now, 2017, then December comes, it crashes. Again, December, it crashes. Now we're going to fast forward to previously. Now we're looking at 2021. How many years apart are all these? 2013 to 2017, 4 years. 2017 to 2021, 4 years. What happens? Bitcoin halves every 4 years. Now this one, as you can see, little blip, tiny. This one lasted, you know, maybe about a month. Each cycle is getting larger and longer. So here, 2021, this one lasted like 2 years. So as we can see, we're sitting right now, we're coming down. But based on this, we usually drop about 80% from the all-time high, and it takes about a year to hit rock bottom. So we can look at 17, 18,000 here. About 1 year later from the all-time high is November. So let's just look. We're sitting November. So, oh, this is December actually. So December down to, we're going to have to fast forward a bit. We can see the all-time low peaked at about, what is this? We're at 35. So yeah, it was about right here. So you can see it's about a year apart. We hit the all-time low, and it was about 80% of the all-time high. Now back then, you know, everyone was talking crypto's done, crypto's dead, feds are taxing it, they don't want crypto, yada, yada, yada. You know, all this stuff was happening in the world. That's why I'm telling you right now, take what's happening in the world, but kind of relay it to what you want to do day per day, but look at the long-term picture. Long-term picture is who cares what is going on in the world? This is what is going to happen. So we have all the same FUD that we have right now. It's just in different forms going on with governments and regulations and whatever else. So we're looking at 2021, and now we're into here. Now we're all like, oh, the feds are doing this. The feds are doing that. Oh, but the feds never did this then. Now it's going to be even worse because they're doing this now. Who cares what they're doing now? Take today's information to know that we're probably going to see a bigger dip. And it's probably going to happen anywhere between, because these terms are getting longer and extended each time. It's probably going to happen anywhere from October to November could potentially be the actual low. You know, it may happen even sooner like we're seeing right now, dipping down. But I really think we're probably going to hit about 20 to 25 of a USD bottom before we slowly start getting the slight increases to the next bull run. Bitcoin halving is set to happen in 2024, which is, let's see, 2021. Let's go look at the Bitcoin halving schedule. It's always changing. Bitcoin halving. Bitcoin halving. Where's the nice hash one? Right there. One of the good things nice hash is good for is some information with this type of stuff. But we look at Bitcoin, we have Dash halving coming up right soon this year in June. Dash's XMR is going to be forking. We got a fork coming up on XMR. We got Handshake is halving. That's interesting. I did not mine any Handshake. I probably should have. Litecoin is halving in July. But anyway, let's look at Bitcoin. So it's looking like June 23rd of 2024 is the next halving on the 24th. So there we have it. 24th we're having. 25 will be exactly 4 years again from 2021. And that's why I am thinking anywhere between 2024 to 2025. I'm thinking more towards 2025 because it will be the exact 4-year ordealio from this. But we're going to go from, look at these prices now. Look at how these bull runs have changed throughout the years. We got this little peck right here. Oh no. Okay. Bam. Can't even tell it. To 2017 to 2021, which actually peaked in 2022 for the all-time high. To 2024, 2025 could be somewhere up in here. And I know in 2017, people bought at the high and they're like, oh no, I lost everything. It's crashing. We're going down. But the 2017 high looks like a cheap price coming into the 2022 all-time high. So, you know, this could be the same type of operation. Now we're all like, oh, Bitcoin's crashing. What do I do? You know, I'm losing everything. I may have took out a loan or something. I really think you're safe. Ignore the world. 2024, 2025, you're going to be up here. And this all-time high is going to look small at that point. So this is kind of how I see everything playing out. This is also when I see GPUs coming back into potential profitability is in that next bull run. That's why I'm saying, you know, probably about 2 years after Ethereum is gone. Who knows? Ethereum, they might drag us around for the next 2 years. What if they don't even, you know, move the POS by the time the next bull run hits? That could be a thing. We won't know for till 3 months out of a time because they're not going to say we're extended for a year, we're extended for 2 years. They're going to keep telling us as miners, you know, every 3 months, okay, we need a little more time. We need a little more time. They don't want to say they're greatly delayed, and they don't want to say they're too close because depending if you're a trader side or a miner side, one or the other could have a negative impact on your whole goal. So they're trickling along everybody until they are finally ready. So I don't know. That's just my 2 cents on that whole operation situation. But the next bull run is pretty much, it's going to be huge. It's going to be massive. No gas fees paid anymore. They get burned. Yeah, they get burned. Everything's burned. Oh, nice ass when the gas fees go nuts. They adjust our profits. I made 3 times normal amount during the 3-hour burst. Oh yeah, they don't, Dave Collins, I don't think they adjust your profits. What they actually do is they adjust how much it costs to rent the hash rate. And because it costs so much more for those hash rate guys to rent, Ethereum hash rate, that gets put on to you guys. So NiceHash isn't doing this. The people that are renting your rigs are still the same guys paying you. NiceHash just increases their rates at this point. It's not NiceHash doing you a favor to pay you out more. NiceHash is doing this for themselves to make more money at these points in time. So I just want to kind of point that part out as well. Well, when GUI was at 8,000 or whatever, it goes low, then some can buy it and cheap for nodes. Very true. I need to get a Flux node together somehow, but I only have 15 flux. You guys may have heard crypto.com is allegedly listing flux, but it's not there yet. And I don't expect it. Honestly, I don't expect it to be there anytime soon. So yesterday I seen the post on Twitter where, oh, awesome, Flux is listed on crypto.com. And then I checked it. Me being in Canada, I'm like, it's not here. It's not even grayed out. And then today it's actually there now, but it's grayed out. You cannot, they're saying, we're working on bringing you Flux soon. Well, they've had Ergo and Cadena on the crypto.com grayed out saying, we're working on bringing Ravencoin and Flux soon to you for like the last 3 or 4 months. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's a payment thing. Maybe like, okay, we're getting close to having enough money to pay you to be listed. Because remember, all these exchanges charge these coins a fee. And crypto.com, Coinbase, they're the big ones that, you know, people really want to get on. They're not cheap. They're expensive. That's why we don't see a lot of these smaller altcoins on bigger and bigger exchanges, because they charge so much money. So we see all these other fundraisers and stuff going on. But right now they're in grays being worked on. So I don't know if they're just waiting to get paid by these coins so they can finally list them, or if they're actually trying to integrate it already and the payment's already gone through. So keep these kind of things in mind. I don't expect Flux to be there anytime soon, but I really hope it does, because honestly, my whole mining decisions also come to what's listed on like crypto.com and stuff, because I love their wallet. I love their Visa card, and it makes me so easy to mine my own crypto and use it for purchasing more stuff for my rigs or my YouTube channel or whatever. So that's also a decision that I use. If I got to mine to a normal wallet and then I got to do a bunch of swaps and stuff, that comes kind of second end to, what's listed on making it easy for me to use my crypto as well. Boys, we have till December to get that coin. Anyone mining with 6700 XTs? No, I do not have any 6000 series GPUs. I don't know why. I just haven't got any. The only thing that's almost guaranteed is ETH isn't going to merge until they are 99.99999% sure they've got all the bugs fixed. Failure is not an option on a 320. Yeah, that's very true. That is definitely the case. And that's why we're probably going to see a bunch of delays moving out there. But you know what? When's it's going to come? We have no idea. Like, they could one day just be like, all right, guys, we're ready to roll. Let's do it. That could be a thing. We don't know. But right now, I really think it's still it's at least to the end of the year away. So we got at least this year of Ethereum left. Let's see the price of ETH after POS. Yeah, it'll be very interesting. It could see a huge spike. It's probably going to go up quite a bit actually after POS, depending if we're in a bull market or not. If we're in a bull market, we probably could see a huge price explosion. But I really think once sharding and stuff is actually implemented, we're going to see, some pullbacks. We're going to see a lot of people taking profits at that point. Now, why wait till then? Because that's when people right now, and even at POS initially in the merge, it's a one-way trip with your Ethereum. You can send it there, lock it up, whatever, but you cannot pull it out. There's been people stacking Ethereum there since it was only like $400 a coin, $400 or $500. Yeah.
Has it been 10 minutes?
Almost.
Oh.
So there's been people staking Ethereum since like $400 or $500 a coin. So look at the price right now, even though we're coming down low. And if we're in a bull run when this happens, we're going to see a lot of people probably taking a lot of profits because they made a lot of money and they've watched this past bull run just blow right by them without being able to take any profit. So we're probably going to see a lot of selling position at that point. But how's it going to play out? I have no idea. Like I said, I'm not a trader, so I don't know the whole outcomes of this. But I don't expect sharding or anything to be implemented for at least a year after the merge goes through. So I don't think we're going to see these dumps or anything until at least 1 year after the merge and POS actually comes into play. That's just me, though. I don't really know. Red Panda has 32ETH ready to go. Yeah, probably, for sure. He definitely does, unless he spent a bunch of that ETH on a crap ton of 3090 rigs. I don't know. I have no idea. No, I imagine he has, 32ETH for sure, at least. He's been mining Ethereum for a very long time. Like, what was it? I remember telling me a video a while back that his 1060 rig was mining like 6 Ethereum per month. Like, what was it, 3 years ago or something? 3 years ago. Imagine that. Imagine having like a 1060 or a 1070 rig of 6-card rig getting 6 Ethereum per month. That's insane. Like I know 2 summers ago, 380 mega hash was netting you 1.2 Ethereum per month. And now 1 gigahash doesn't even get you half an Ethereum per month. So, you know, just kind of shows you how that difficulty comes into play. I love having my money locked up with no way to access it for over a year. Yeah, no, I totally agree with you, Dave Collins. That's totally crazy. Insane. But guys, I guess we should wrap this up. I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit, I think, and my throat's very dry. It's really dry here, but I appreciate everyone for showing up for this live stream. 100%. I got to find my little button here so I can say the out. I got to try and hold it longer so I say the whole thing, but much appreciated, everyone. If you haven't, be sure to hit that subscribe button, thumbs up, bell notification, you know, all that good fun stuff that follows with the channel. I will see you guys on the next one.
Rabid out.